Welcome back to another edition of Beyond the Black and Gold. I'm your host, Matthew Zahora, here with Coach Kyle Boekeloo. So, Coach Boekeloo, how do you feel the program your second year has changed as head coach?
I think we're doing pretty well this year, and I look at the guys that I had last year going into this year. We graduated a bunch of different players and some really good players, and taking over for a coach that had done really good things and got the boys to buy in to do a lot of different things. It's made my job easier, but I've definitely tried to integrate some different things into it to try to make it into what I want it to be. And the boys have done a really good job of buying into it, and wanting to be a part of what we are right now. And with what we're doing right now, I think we're on a really good path to be successful with the last 2 years, with a chance to win another regional for the third year in a row, looking to make bigger strides with some bright young players for the future.
What do you feel like is the biggest difference from last season to this year?
I would say the biggest difference from last year to this year is we're more so of a team-oriented team, where it's not just going to be a 27 goal scorer that we had, and relying on him to kind of put the things on his shoulders to get it done. It's 11, 12, 13 guys that have to get it done each and every game. It's more of a team effort. Not to say that it wasn't last year, but this year it's more of a team effort. Every goal that we have isn't off of, let's say an individual play. It's more of a 7, 8, 9 touch play that you got to get in, get behind, and then when we do score, that's why you see a lot of our boys going pretty crazy when we score, because it's such a team effort, and so it works out that way.
From your point, adjustment-wise, you personally, what did you compare from this year to last year?
Adjustment-wise, we're definitely playing a different formation, and so we have to get the boys to kind of transform what they did last year into this year. We have to get them to understand that they need to take care of their responsibility before they can worry about anyone else's responsibility. So adjustment-wise, that's kind of the biggest adjustment we've had to have, and integrating a lot of more younger players has been a big adjustment, and the boys are really starting to feel that it is working, and they can feel it and I can see it, so that would probably be what they've had to adjust the most, but they're doing a really good job with it.
So who do you think has stepped up as the leader this year on the team?
At the beginning of the year, we had 2 captains. It was Julian Cardiel and Luke Arthurs. And as the year has gone on, they've remained captains, but we've also named Saul Camacho one of our captains. And they all bring something different to the team. Julian's kind of your silent assassin that doesn't really say much. He just does it with his play. Luke Arthurs is going to do it with his play and with his voice, and he's really stepped up this year a lot with his voice, especially the last 2 or 3 weeks where we've gone on a nice little 10 1-1 run to kind of put ourselves in the sectional first. And then Saul is kind of another one of those silent assassins. He just gets it done in the field. So all 3 of them have been a huge asset for us in terms of leadership, and we look forward to it the rest of the season.
So as you were saying earlier, this year's more team-wise, how do you feel like you guys have grown as a team this year?
Grown as a team, I think the boys are even closer than they have been, and that's kind of hard to do because the boys are pretty close as already. But from the varsity team all the way down to the freshmen, the conversations and how they interact with each other is just, something that I've never seen before. We have seniors running up to freshmen that, messing around with them, having a good time with them, giving them hugs and joking around with them. And so that's just been kind of eye-opening for me, because that means that we have a pretty good team and we have a good program that, from the first guy in the freshman level all the way to the last guy on the varsity team, everyone can kind of be together as a cohesive unit.
What do you hope would be different from this year's playoffs from last year's playoffs?
That we don't lose in the sectional semi when we should win, but I hope that we take what we learned last year with a game that we should have won. And it didn't go our way, but I hope that they keep that in the back of their mind. I've definitely reminded them every single year, or every single game this year, that, hey, keep this in the back of your head and remind yourself every single game that this is what happened and it shouldn't have happened. And this year we get a chance to kind of right the wrong and kind of get past that hump that we haven't gotten past yet, with the ability to, if we do get past it, have some little redemption in a couple of teams that may or may not have beaten us the year before, or even this year.
So you think that would be the message this year coming up?
Absolutely. Yesterday in our huddle, it was, hey, remember what happened last year. It's playoff time now. I know you don't want to feel that feeling anymore, and I know you don't want to have that guilt of not doing the right thing or not making it to the next level, because for the seniors, they're done after this. So we definitely want to keep that as a message, and I want them to remember how they felt after that whistle blew and we weren't going on.
So, ready for some rapid fire questions now?
Sure.
All right, do you like tacos or burritos better?
Oof. I'm going to go with tacos. It's less messy.
Steak or chicken?
Oh, steak for sure.
Favorite soccer memory here so far?
Favorite soccer memory here so far? That's a good one. I would say probably against Carmel last year, when we scored an overtime goal to win it. That was pretty fun. And then I think this year was probably against Loyola when we scored an overtime one. Those are probably my first two.
What about a celebrity crush?
Alex Morgan.
Who is Bobo?
Oh, Bobo Bombs. I mean, he's the man. He's the guy behind all of our success this year.
Would you rather fly 10 miles per hour or run 50 miles per hour?
Oh, I would definitely want to fly.
Who has the luckiest overall scoring goals?
In the program or on the varsity level?
Program.
Eric. That man just scores goals, and I don't know how he does it. He just ends up on the score sheet.
Who has the best hair? Saul Camacho, Quentin Martin, Valente Lara, or Nate Lara?
Ooh, my boy Nate Lara. Yeah, best hair in the game.
And that's all the time we have here for Bandit Black and Gold. Thank you for Coach Kyle Boekeloo for joining us, and that's it.
Thank you for having me.